stream is coming up. Missed it, okay. Ah! Where art thou thumbnail? Where is the thumbnail? Is it in thumbnails in here? Or is it on downloads? Okay, there it is. Hello, darling. How are you? You good? Doopy doopy dip dip dip. Has it remembered my card? I think it has. Yes, it has. Okay, that's good. Ugh. Just wait for the peeps. Hello, one person's here. Hello, one person. Who art thou? We'll get going soon. We're just going to let a few people catch up. So we're going to do vintage today, and then possibly we'll do vintage, and probably we'll do Nitro, and then Depending on time-wise, we might get into the Beatdown pay-per-view. I can only be on for about 3.5 hours, so I'm not going to do too much in this stream. We've done this right, you know. It's been a bit, What does this do? Ooh. Did that do anything? I don't know what I just did. I just pressed a button. And I don't know if it makes any difference or not, but we'll find out. Yeah. We've got 2 people watching. Okay, who are you 2 people? Who are the 2? Who are here? What's up? What's the noise about? Meow meow? Okay. So yeah, we're going to start things off with Vintage. We've got the card done already. I did it off stream because, like I say, I'm a little bit short of time today. We'll only be streaming for about 3 hours, maybe 3.5 hours. So the card is going to be Hogan versus Arn and Tully in a 2-on-1 handicap match. We have got Nick Aldis, Jake Roberts, and Timothy Thatcher. Cody Rhodes versus Owen Hart, Tama Tonga and Tangaloa versus Ted DiBiase and IRS. PCO, Jinder Mahal and Rusev. Harper and Rowan against Axe and Smash. And then our main event, of course, Wade Barrett, Rick Martel, Heath Slater for the Television Championship. Hey, Chloe, how are you? What are you meowing at? I don't know what these cats are meowing at for. I'll tell you, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna go and give these cats some food because they won't shut up. 1 second. Hello, New Generation. Do you want feeding? Is that what you want? Is that what you're harassing me? Is that what you're being a loud bugger? Oh, God. Are you hungry? You can get back to the you want to be. It is raining. What are you trying to poke it for? Right, go back. I'm back. Right, here we go. Ugh. Good evening. Ian Longneck as well, you're here. New Generation, Alex, Jay's here. Jay's changed his name again. Just trying to can't confuse people. Sorry, Nathan, I just nipped away for a second from the microphone. My cats were harassing me, so I had to go and feed them. Right, so we've got, like I say, we've got possibly 3 shows on this one. It depends how quickly we can get going. We can kick off now. I say I've already got the card ready to go, to be honest. So it's a combination of what Justin put together and a couple of extra bits that I put in as well. So we've got Hogan versus Tully and Arn. This is a continuation of the feud between Hogan and the Horsemen. We've got Nick Aldis, Jake Roberts, and Timothy Thatcher in a triple threat match for ranking points. We got Cody Rhodes versus Owen Hart. Tama Tonga and Tangaloa versus Ted DiBiase and IRS, Money Inc. PCO versus Jinder Mahal versus Rusev. Harper and Rowan versus Axe and Smash. And then, of course, our main event. We've got Rick Martel making his first championship defense against Wade Barrett and Heath Slater. Hi to you, that one guy you love as well. So let's get straight into the show. Why not? Why the hell? Let me just switch the entrances off before we go in. Just so we can speed the loading screens up a little bit. Boom, there we go. Hi, Joseph. I saw you you managed to get in, Joseph, just at the last second of the last stream. Just as I was saying goodbye. Because I was doing this a little bit... Here we go, Omega Project is here as well. I was doing the FIFA career mode this morning just to give the guys in America a chance to get up. Of course, quite a lot of Americans like to watch this as well, so I like to stream this a little bit later in the day. Oh, PJ Toby's here as well. Rick Martel can't keep his championship, surely. Wade Barrett will take it off of him straight away. Alright, here we go then for our vintage roster. Heath Slater gets his justice tonight. He's got kids. He's got to feed those kids. He needs that television championship to do so. That's no problem, Nathan. Yeah, we've got quite far into this. I am going to be uploading all the shows individually to separate episodes at some point. But I just need to get them all edited. But Omega Project, the AEW show should be up later on this evening. They had some audio issues. I've had to re-edit and everything. It's been a bit of a pain, but it should be up later on tonight. And then the episode for tomorrow will still be up tomorrow as well. 5 o'clock. Wow, sorry. Yeah, I did the FIFA early on because I didn't think that would attract too many of the Americans, but New Generation was up bloody early still. Yeah, we did this afternoon. Yeah, Macho Man. We do have Macho Man as Hogan's partner. I think that's how this storyline is going to progress onwards. So, like I said, Nathan, you're a little bit behind, aren't you? So, basically what happened on the first episode of Vintage is we started things off with a main event of Hogan versus Flair. After the match, Flair hit Hogan with a low blow. He was not happy. So we're sort of continuing on that feud a little bit here. Arn actually beat Hogan one-on-one last week, but now we're going to go for a handicap match. Hogan thinks he can get his little bit of retribution here. What are you going out for breakfast? Never guess what I had for breakfast. I had leftover pizza from Friday night again. I had way too much pizza on Friday night, didn't I, really? Wow, Arn just throwing Hogan face first into the turnbuckle post. Hogan struggling a bit in the rankings now. He's dropped back down to the middle rankings. Yeah, of course, if you want to check out what's going on and keep up to us, of course, as always, we have the sheets in the description down below. You can click on there and join us. I'll be updating the rankings as we go along with the show. The full match card is on there as well, should you need it. I feel like the way that Justin has sort of looked at this is probably going to be defending the television championship quite a few times on the TV, maybe even every week at this rate. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, there was a special offer on Friday night, Joseph, so I ended up getting lots of pizza. I've still got some pizza left for dinner tonight as well. Yeah, mate, it's not that bad of a meal, really. It cost me 15 quid for that pizza, but it's fed me for 3 days, so it's not bad at all, really. I mean, it's pretty bad for my health, like, but, you know, monetary-wise, it's pretty good. Right, so like I said, I won't be on for too late tonight. I need to log off at about... How does time work? I'm confused here. It's 4 o'clock now, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So my brain really stopped working then. I know what you think, does it ever really start? But yeah, I need to probably stream about 3.5 hours today, so we're not going to go too long. We'll probably get this done. We'll get our next episode of Nitro done if you're ready for that Omega Project. And then we'll probably finish things off with a Beatdown pay-per-view. Time's looking our way. Hogan now twisting that arm and big boot right in the face of Tully. If Hogan got a winner, that'd be very impressive. I think if Hogan gets a win here, he will get 2 ranking points because he is facing off against 2 opponents, so it's only fair. That's how we do it normally, isn't it? 2 on 1, so he should get 2 points. Possibly, Jay. Yeah, depends on how far we get. I'm hoping to do, yeah, finish this one off, then do Nitro, and then we'll get the pay-per-view done. We should be okay with 3 hours there, maybe. I mean, it'd be between 3 and 4. I can do 3.5 hours, so we should be alright, as long as we don't waste too much time between shows. Which we should be okay, because I think the Beatdown roster's more or less... The Beatdown show is more or less written anyway. Omega Project's got the Nitro show pretty much done, I think. Sort of, Nathan, yeah. If you check out the links down below, we've got all the spreadsheets. So it's effectively, we're sort of building up ranking points. And of course, the people with the higher ranking points will get more opportunities, and the people with less ranking points will get less. So yeah, it's sort of how that works. It should be an interesting one, this. Tag team match is always iffy, isn't it, really? Standard tag team matches, but Hogan's shown his ability here, dropping the leg drop. Is it the atomic? But interesting there. Referee being distracted by Tully. There's the pin. Only a 2 count. If Hogan does pull off this win here, it will be a fantastic victory for him. Yes, I think the way, yeah, Justin's looked at some of these big sort of things, what we got here, so... Yeah, so next week, actually, yeah, Nathan, next week, I think the plan is to have Hogan and... I know, it's Hogan and Beefcake, the Mega Maniacs, going up against the Brainbusters in a tag team match to sort of build up on this as well. Hogan now in control, so I'm just looking at the... How can you book 8 weeks, Jay? I mean, I've always been the same, but it's so difficult because, as we saw yesterday, you don't get what you want. The amount of times the shows don't go the way you think they're going to, then all of a sudden you have to end up changing it all around again. Hogan now brings Arn back up to his feet. I think you've got the majority of it, Alex, to be honest. I think you've got most of it done. Yeah, it depends what the championship is, but yeah, we've got a championship match tonight. Jay, the irony in that sentence is unbelievable. The irony in that sentence is unbelievable. You got loads wrong the other day. They weren't going the way you wanted them to. Yeah, it's so tricky. Like Justin's sort of done a few bits, but so it's difficult to really plan things, especially if you're doing tournament style stuff. It's difficult to do. Once you get a few weeks in, it's when the rankings start to take a bit of shape. It's not too bad, really. You can sort of you can plan a little bit ahead, but I mean, last week, who would have thought that Rick Martel was going to win the television championship? Who would have thought? In what I still believe is the most exciting thing we've ever seen so far in this universe mode. Tully now taking Hogan out, springs him off into that suplex. It was a really weird way of his arm there, wasn't it, really? There's the pin. Only a 2 count. Boot right in the back, slammed into the mat. Pinch in the shoulder. It seems like only a matter of time here before they do get the victory. But Hogan does have the resilience. I mean, Arn got a 1-on-1 victory against Hogan last week, so I'd be surprised if the Brainbusters can't get a 2-on-1 victory against Hogan, to be honest. Hogan dumping Tully to the outside. So we've got interesting matches. We've got some interesting matches next week as well, actually. I quite like it. I quite like how it's planning out. He's got some funky stuff going on, his old Justin, I tell you. Some funky stuff. Got the old count, if, and all sorts on. It's crazy. Jay's been doing like an 8-man, a 6-man, and a 5-man battle royal each week to build towards the Gift of the Gods match. Hogan now into the pin on Tully. He's got his feet up on the ropes though. Nobody's ever won with that. It's never been effective for anybody. Clothesline. Hogan pushing Tully out the way. Tully with a boot in the guts. A right hand as well. Nice knee strike. A boot in the gut once again. And now just choking the grounded Hogan. I can't believe this match has gone so long, to be honest. We'd like to, I mean, we could do something like them sort of lines, Nathan, actually. Thinking about it, we could do a Trios Championship, but there won't be a physical championship belt because the game doesn't allow it. But we could book it and just keep track of it ourselves. There's no reason why we couldn't do that, actually. That's no problem, Alex. So I don't think the next stream will be tomorrow anyway, to be honest. There we go, the Horsemen do get the victory eventually. So Hogan drops down to a -1, while Arn and Tully get themselves an extra point. Where are Arn and Tully? Arn's already pretty high up. He's going to get himself another point now. And then Tully as well is going to get himself a point. There we go. The Brainbusters looking pretty good here tonight. We'll give them a point in the tag team rankings as well because it was a tag team match for them. There we go. Good win then for the Brainbusters. 2-on-1. Like we said earlier on, looks like Hogan might need some help. Alright, let's get through to the next match. The next one then is a triple threat match, which is going to have implications towards our North American Championship division. We're just sort of building rankings here at the moment. That'd be a very good match, Skylar. I think in their prime, I think I'd go Shawn Michaels, I think. Alright, so yeah, should be a good one. Jake Roberts, Nick Aldis, Timmy Thatcher. 3 guys who all want to get an opportunity at that North American Championship. And a win here is definitely going to help them get closer to that area. Of course, 2 ranking points up for grabs for the winner. Where are they at the moment then? So Thatcher's on 0. So this is Thatcher's debut so far in this competition. Nick Aldis is on 0 as well, and Jake Roberts is on -1 because of course Jake Roberts was eliminated from the previous show. Wow, Bucks and Lucha Brothers in a ladder match, yeah. You're always going to do well in that one, I think. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I think I would like Wardlow and Luchasaurus to go up against each other, but I don't think they would mesh fantastically well. I think Luchasaurus Brian Cage would be the shout, I think. So triple threat here. Be interested to see which one of these three guys do pick up the win. I think I found a better Nick Aldis yesterday, but he's called Superstar. It was really annoying. Nice clothesline. When WWE 2K19 started, there is no Fiend, unfortunately, in this game. He wasn't released until 2K20. Jake, nice takedown there with the axe handle right across the chest of Aldis. Remember, Jay, this is a democracy. We're all working together. So we'll have to all agree on these matches. Everyone else is happy to agree, unless anyone else wants to put some more matches in. We're all working together on this one, aren't we? So, same with all the other brands as well. Yeah, I think that's why I think AEW might be looking to get to a six-man tag belt, because if you look at how many trios they've got, it seems like they're sort of working towards it, doesn't it? Hangman Page and Omega 68. Looks like you're getting some good results there, New Generation. Oh, this big chop. And then, oh, Jake with a DDT. It's caught there by Thatcher. Here's a pin. One. Oh, only a one count. Aldis was in to break it up. Yeah, all three of these guys would be desperate for this win. Ranking-wise, they could really get a bit higher up. Obviously, at the moment, unfortunately for us, Rick Martel maxes up the rankings. Arn Anderson is second now on +3. Greg Valentine, Heath Slater, Kerry Von Erich and Tully Blanchard on +2. Yeah, elimination's always... I don't normally go elimination triple threat, but on Fatal 4-Ways and higher, it's always... yeah, always go for the elimination. That's pretty good, New Generation. Actually, 77, that's pretty high for those two. I'm not sure, Alex, to be honest. They were both right for their generation, I think. Hogan was perfect for his side, and obviously Hollywood Hogan was perfect for his WCW run. I probably prefer the classic Hogan though, really, because Hollywood Hogan just seemed very lazy, but that was part of the gimmick, I suppose. Cloverheave locked in here. No. Broken free by Thatcher. Jake now striking. Pac and Cody got an 80. Nice. That must be a very high rated show you've got there then. New Generation. Thatcher with a boot in the gut, now looking for the butterfly suplex. Straight into the pin. Aldis is down on the outside. It could be a chance here for Thatcher. And it is. Timothy Thatcher gets the win. Jake and Aldis suffer losses here today. Interesting. So Jake Roberts takes a second hit in the rankings, puts him down to -2. Nick Aldis drops down to -1. And Thatcher moves up to +2 in the rankings. That's going to be pretty good for him in the North American Championship picture. Not much really, Luke. You've not missed a lot. We're essentially on the second match of the first show, so you've not really missed a lot today, to be honest, yet. 71 overall. It's not bad at all. Sting and The Undertaker. I would love to have seen that match. I really would. I think Undertaker probably would have got the win, but it's just so disappointing. They just left it too long. They had that one opportunity when Sting first came in. But, yeah, they just never really went for it. They put him against Triple H instead. Oh, yeah, as long as everyone's happy, that's the thing, Joe. We're doing this all as we're all working together on this one. I'm happy for people to take a lead, but I don't want someone to dominate. Or if somebody else has an idea, then I've got no problem using that as well. Right, Cody Rhodes versus Owen Hart. Should be a really good match, this one, actually. Again, a match that could have implications on the World Championship and the North American Championship as well, really. Yeah, as long as we're just all happy with the way that things are going, I suppose. Handshake being offered by Owen Hart. Oh, Owen Hart pulls his arm away. Let's make sure we put that on the rankings. Owen Hart fakes handshake to start. There we go. So that's on there now, so we know that's happening. Oh yeah, Owen's been very busy this stream, yeah. That's the tricky thing at the moment, Mark. Drafts might be an issue unless we say that certain brands will keep certain things, for example. So if we say that Anarchy will automatically start with the deathmatch wrestlers, or Vintage would automatically start with certain wrestlers, I think that might be... It's a bit like what they did in the original draft in WWE, where SmackDown took all the cruiserweights and Raw took all the women. Maybe we could do the same sort of thing here, but it would be tricky, yeah. Or what we could do is once we come to bring this one to an end, maybe we could start a new one with 6 brands that are a bit more generic. And then maybe we can get a few people together to do a draft. That'd be interesting. In a match on Nitro, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Really, I think it might be worth doing a draft at some point because I'm a little bit worried that obviously a few of the guys are booking people that aren't on their rosters, and all of a sudden, a lot of the rosters are starting to become exactly the same. So I think at some point it might be worth doing a draft, and people have to keep to what they've got. That might be an interesting way of doing it. But we'll continue this on for now. Maybe we would, maybe we could do a draft just between... No, it's Anarchy, Nitro... Anarchy, Mayhem, and Nitro. I've got a few... It's not so bad with Nitro, but Anarchy and Mayhem have got quite a few similar names now. And they've both got rosters pretty close to 100, so it might be worth at some point trying to cut those down a little bit just so we can concentrate more on certain people. Obviously Showdown's a women's only brand anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Anarchy's got the deathmatch, which is different to everyone else. Yeah, I think that's I would like to do that at some point, Mark. To be honest, I think it would be nice maybe to split things down and have a bit of a draft maybe. I think probably Vintage and Vintage Showdown and maybe even Beatdown. Oh, Cody Rhodes will win. Vintage Showdown and Beatdown are probably fine because there's not a lot of crossover there at all. But yeah, I think with who is it who had the idea earlier on today? Was it you, New Generator? I can't remember who it was. About maybe having a few like smaller rosters, and maybe as you go along you might get rewards for doing certain things, or maybe you pit the rosters against each other and the winner will get a certain reward or something like that. I mean, it's always an option. Yeah, that's a little bit with the issue we got into, I think, at the moment now, Nathan, I must admit. I think Brian Cage is booked on 3 out of the 6 shows. Pentagon and Phoenix are booked on quite a few of the shows as well. It's tricky because they are everyone's favourites, but it'd be nice to maybe spread them around a little bit. Probably not a New Generation. No, I can only stream for another 2.5 hours. So I think we're going to struggle. We've got to go through this. We've got the Beatdown pay-per-view as well. Showdown will be leaving late. We did a Showdown last night, Chloe, so that'll be probably even later on, to be honest. Where are we now? Yeah, we're only on Vintage. We've got another 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 more shows till we hit next Showdown. So that'll be probably on Tuesday or Wednesday this week, I would imagine. But yeah, at some point it might be worth looking at all the duplicates between the Mayhem, Anarchy and Nitro rosters, and you guys will have to pick. Just to try and, like we say, we don't end up with the same people every single show. Otherwise it's pointless having different brands. We might as well just have one show and just have 7 days a week shows. Yeah, that's all I do really, Nathan. I want to make sure. Yeah. It's an interesting one. I don't quite know how that ended up that way, to be honest. I think there was going to be the potential of some sort of stable alongside Haku, of course, since Haku's their father. I'm not quite sure if they fit or not. We'll have to see how it pans out. If they don't fit, we can remove them. But again, yeah, maybe it might be worth going through at some point. Maybe after the first pay-per-view for all the brands, and then maybe just sort of tighten up the rosters a little bit. Try and make them a little bit more. Go for quality over quantity. I think that'd be the best bet. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, I don't think they do, to be honest. I can't remember why we did it at the time. I really can't, but they don't really suit this roster, do they? I think at some point we'll have to just sit down. We'll have to try and reduce the rosters down. I'll have to try and see what duplicates we've got on each brand and that sort of stuff as well. Because I know Anarchy's taken a lot of extra names recently with the Gift of the Gods and that sort of stuff. So maybe we need to try and decide who's going to keep a hold of who. Because we've got rosters of over 100 now, haven't we, on most shows? I think Vintage has got one of the smallest rosters, and that's still 100. I think Showdown's got the smallest roster, about 65, 66. So maybe we just need to tighten the rosters up a little bit, just so we can, like you said earlier on, just so we can make sure that every show we're going to see different people. Because it gets a bit messy as well, because we saw it the other day, didn't we? We saw it yesterday, didn't we, really, when we saw, what was it, Joey Janela get a pin on Brian Cage on Anarchy, which is fine for Anarchy, but obviously it made a mess on Mayhem because obviously Brian Cage is their next-gen champion. So it's sort of is a bit of a problem there, and obviously vice versa as well. Pentagon Jr. is the Anarchy World Champion and got a loss on Mayhem. And again, that can cause problems, so maybe it might be worth at at some point we probably do need to sit down and just hone these rosters down in a little bit. And decide who's going to be on which ones, I suppose. If it's possible, I don't think yours is too bad, to be honest, on Nitro. Let me have a quick look. It's mainly it's Anarchy and Mayhem that have got a lot of the same, because they've both got like quite a heavy cruiserweight aspect to them. Nitro is not. Let me have a quick look at the roster. There's a couple on Nitro. It's not a huge amount though, to be honest. Not a huge amount. Yeah, we'll do, yeah. Joseph, when it comes out, I don't know. It's actually been announced yet, has it? I'm not quite sure. I know it's been announced it's coming out, but I don't know when. Let's start saving some money for that bad boy. If it's the same as this, you won't be able to record on it for a good few months anyway. They put an encryption on the PS4 for the first, like, 3 or 4 weeks. So you couldn't record and upload anything. So, Money Inc. can control it at the moment. Slamming the knee of Tama Tonga into the mat. Where are we? Vintage, there we are. Alright, so yeah, we got after this one. We got 3 more matches after this one. We got PCO, Rusev and Jinder Mahal. Again, part of the North American Championship picture. We've got the Bludgeon Brothers going up against Demolition, and then, of course, that Vintage Television Championship match as Rick Martel makes his first defense against Wade Barrett and Heath Slater. So it is out towards the end of this year, then, at least. Okay. Tangaloa, nice, into a sidewalk slam. Tama Tonga in the jawbreaker as well. I think it's going to be more expensive, Chloe. I think it's going to be more than the previous ones were. I think we're looking more towards the £400-500 mark this time round. But it is going to be incredibly powerful. Yeah, I like the idea of doing a Royal Rumble. But I think you can only do up to 30 man on this game, can't you? Yeah, because we did a Rumble on our large vintage show, and that really did work out well because it allowed us to get a lot of ranking points moved around. You'll be right, Chloe. I think Jay was talking about how mega rich he was yesterday. Yeah, I think you're about right. I seem to recall seeing somewhere, Joseph, it was going to be the most expensive yet, but it was still going to be quite a bargain, really, in regard to what you get. I think compared to like a PC, it's going to be a much better value for money than would be for a PC. Yeah, I agree, Jay, to be honest. I think to make things less complicated and less confusing, maybe about a 60-man. I'm happy to draft everybody we've got across the 6 brands, which is going to be, what's in the game? It's like 120 in game. There's like 100 core slots for 2 accounts, but I mean, so what we could do really, Jay, is we could do a draft between everyone that's in the game. I mean, we could decide, like, for example, we could say that Vintage automatically gets its roster of classic wrestlers, and we could say that say Anarchy automatically gets all the hardcore wrestlers, and obviously Showdown gets the women's wrestlers, and then maybe just between the rest of the brands we do a draft. So it'd be another 4 brands to do a draft, and Vintage and that can get involved towards the end. Jay, if you've got money to kill, Jay, I think there's a donate button somewhere, you know. Oh, what happened? Okay, I wasn't paying attention. Guerrillas of Destiny won the match. I'm not quite sure how, but we'll take it. Okay, Guerrillas of Destiny win the match against Money Inc. I don't know how. Was it disqualification? I don't know, actually. Tamatonga and Tangaloa get the win, though, and IRS and Ted DiBiase get the minus. There we go. So into a triple threat match again, then, with big implications once again on the North American Championship picture. Well, let's get going then. PCO, Rusev, Jinder Mahal. PCO's like, nah, I'm out of this, mate. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Well, either we could do, well, it's up to you guys. We could do a draft, or we could just go through every name individually on the roster and just decide one show for that name to be on. And we could do it that way, but... PCO clattering Jinder Mahal here. I like the idea of a draft, though. I mean, now that I've been streaming for a week, I see who the... I can see who the core people are that are involved in most of the streams, so I'd be happy to let you guys basically break apart and do those and do that draft. Rusev now clubbing blow to the back of PCO. Rusev now taking PCO down hard. Big wheelbarrow German by Jinder Mahal runs out into PCO. The pair of them trading strikes. Big knee in the face as well. Jinder now just choking the grounded Rusev. I don't know yet, Alex. We'll have to see if everyone agrees and if it's a good idea. Let's say it's you guys that are running the show. If you all agreed that you wanted to do something along them sort of lines, we could easily do one at some point this week. Or we can go on further on. Yeah, I don't know where Lucha Reject is at the moment, actually. He's probably playing the game. I mean, there's lots of things we could do. I mean, it's a bit like my... Ooh. I suppose we could go away from the... There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things we could do. We could go away from the whole SWE concept, and we could do like we had in the past with a Ring of Honor, Combat Zone Wrestling, Impact, AEW, all into one sort of. It'd be tricky to build rosters though, because again, it'd be a core limit, wouldn't it? Really, but we could do something like that. Yeah, so we could do very different shows. It's up to what you guys want to see, I suppose. What's wrong with Rusev? He seems to have just become a husk. Yeah, we could do, I mean, if we did that sort of thing, then we could do it how I did my previous universe mode. Where, for example, we have maybe Combat Zone Wrestling would be, maybe wouldn't have a weekly show, it would just have a pay-per-view. And instead we could do PWG that just does pay-per-views every now and again. I don't know, there's a lot of thought to it, isn't there? As Jinder Mahal gets the win, Rusev just bugged out halfway through the match, so Jinder gets the win, that's the main thing. So Jinder gets +2, Rusev gets a -1, and PCO gets a -1. Okie doke. Right. Very interesting movements in the rankings tonight then. If we did something along them sort of lines, we could do it that way, where we had basically we could just have loads of different independent. We could do like maybe 4 or 5 or 6 like companies that have weekly shows, and we could also throw in some random pay-per-views as well. We could throw in a bit of... It's a bit like the universe mode I did last year, where WWE had... I mean, we could do the same sort of thing, actually. WWE had dissolved, and all their wrestlers were free agents, and they were going to different shows, and this, that, and the other. But that would allow, I suppose, with the independent promotions... So basically, you'd have, like, some of your bigger promotions, like your AEW and Impact and them sort of people. They would probably have more of their talent on lockdown. Whereas some of the other promotions, like a Combat Zone Wrestling or PWG, would be able to just pick from who's available. And maybe if you're nice, the guys at AEW and that would let you borrow some talent. I mean, there's lots of different things we could do, really. Yeah, that's the thing. I think... I mean, it's a doable one. It might take a bit of organisation from my point of view, but like I said, what we did before is we could have smaller rosters, but then we'd have a lot more companies, I suppose. Could have Lucha Underground, which has no pay-per-views but just does weekly shows. We could have Combat Zone Wrestling doing just pay-per-views, not weekly shows, and PWG doing the same. We could do a bit of Impact. We could do, and you could just use classic rosters rather than like current rosters. Then maybe people can work several shows then, because maybe if you've worked at it, or if you've been significant in a company, you could work for that company. So, like AJ Styles and Samoa Joe could both work for Ring of Honor and Impact and that sort of stuff. Impact, Ring of Honor, PWG, NWA, Combat Zone Wrestling, Lucha Underground, MLW. Yeah, we could do that. I mean, I've got an AEW save file we could use as well. There's lots of things actually, isn't there? The draft of everyone has their first pay-per-view? What, and then keep the same brands? Is that what you're saying, Jay? We'll have to have a little look at it, I think. I'll have to have a bit of a vote. Because after the first couple of weeks, I mean, I've quite enjoyed this, don't get me wrong. After the first couple of weeks, I quite enjoyed it. But I feel like we've learned what's working and what's not. And maybe we should really look to build upon that and make this a lot smoother. Harper now with a pin here on Smash. Big chop right across the neck and a headbutt as well. So yeah, we've deleted the Brody Lee core just because we ran out of core space. So we've gone for Harper instead. That means you won't get another pay-per-view then, Jay. Because yours was the first one. So a pretty even match so far, this one. Knee right in the face there by Smash. Yeah, I think the likes of Vintage can probably be untouched. And Showdown obviously can be untouched as well. No for a mega project. We've got one more match after this one, then it's your show straight on. So AJ, that will mean that you won't get another pay-per-view then before the draft, because yours was the first one. I mean, we don't necessarily need to have a draft as such. All we could do, we just need to maybe reduce the rosters down a bit, or just maybe draft the people that are duplicates. So if, for example, Mayhem and Anarchy are sharing 30 people, we have a draft between those 30 people, and each show gets to take 15. Big clothesline there, and it's a pretty even match this time round. It's two big, bulky, strong teams, and it's a victory though for Demolition. Axe and Smash getting the win. Smash and Axe get the win. You are no longer called Brody Lee, you're called Harper. And you got your second loss of this universe mode. And Rowan, who's not yet on the roster, is he? Nope. But Ross Von Erich. I've deleted Ross Von Erich and Marshall Von Erich, by the way. So we've reduced this roster down a little bit. Rowan. I'll get you on a 0 and 1. Okay. Tag team rankings. We want a +1 for Demolition. And a -1 for the Benjamins. There we go. We're good to go. Rankings updated. I'll believe it when I see it at Mega Project. Plain and simple. Ooh. Has my internet gone off? No? Okay. For some reason, the network system's gone down with 2K. Right, here we go then. I'm just going to go for a quick pee. Be back in a second. I'm back for good this time. It's going to be... The thing is, it's going to be the same with every brand. That's the problem, Jay. I think we do need to cut down a little bit, because I know it got a bit rough last week when obviously Pentagon got a loss. Your Anarchy champion got a loss on Mayhem. And of course the Brian Cage, the Mayhem Next Gen champion, got a loss on Anarchy. And it sort of messes things up a little bit. So I'll do whatever you guys want to do. It just, at the moment, you've all got absolutely humongous rosters. It must be very, very difficult to keep track. I mean, you can't have plans set in stone for all 100 people, surely. There must be some people that you've not got much use for. Right, interesting match so far then. So the winner of this one, of course, television champion. At the moment it's Rick Martel. Heath Slater's very low rated compared to the rest of these guys, but we saw what he did in the Rumble. He's got an opportunity. Backbreaker there by Wade on Heath Slater. There's the pin. 1, 2, no, only one count. And Wade up on the corner celebrating. Well, you need to get the win here, Wade. You need to finish this one off. Yeah, no, your one's my fault, Omega Project. I just added a few, because you had a little bit of an Attitude Era basis to your roster. I just added a few extra Attitude Era names that are on the game. Yeah, that's my fault, your one. I mean, I think the main... I'll have to check which ones I've got the most, but at the moment... Anarchy's got a roster of 112. Sorry, Mayhem's got a roster of 112. And Anarchy's got a roster of... only 97. Anarchy's not quite as bad, that is. And Mayhem's got a massive roster then. Bringing that one down a little bit. And where else are we then? So Beatdown's got a roster of 60, or 66, sorry. And Nitro's got a roster of 76, but again, about 10 of those are my fault. So yeah, it's I mean, it's up to you guys. If you want to carry on the way we are, that's fine by me. I just thought it might make it a bit easier for you to sort of tidy it up a little bit and have less people in each show. Well, I think for now on, if we can just book the people that are on the roster sheets, that'll be a lot helpful for me, because we're wasting so much time on the streams just trying to download extra cores and that, so if we just stick to the people that are on the roster screens at the moment, that'd be very helpful. Yeah, it floats a bit, Chloe, to be honest. It goes up and down quite a bit. We've had 80 viewers so far altogether. That's not bad, really. That's boot in the gut there by Rick Martel, now up on the shoulders. If Rick Martel defends his championship, it's going to be crazy. Absolutely crazy. There's only one count. Yeah, I know it's my fault. New Generation originally, it is my fault originally, but I think it might just be worth trying to. I say if you guys are happy to continue on with the rosters you've got, that's fine by me. But I say it means we probably are going to end up seeing the same people over and over again. If you guys don't mind that, then it's up to you really. Yeah, I didn't think when I first started this that I would obviously get quite a lot of people quite involved. So I defined a lot of the rosters myself to make it a bit easier. That's why I thought, now that I know obviously the way that you guys want to do it and the interest you've got in this, that's why I thought doing a roster would have been pretty good. Yeah, Ian, it was mad. I was absolutely shattered by the end of that, mate. I was absolutely knackered. Yeah, we'll take Grid of Destiny off this show. And oh my god, Heath Slater did it! Oh my god, Heath Slater freaking did it. He freaking did it. He only went and freaking did it. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. It's what I'm seeing. So he gets more ranking points. That puts him higher up in the rankings now. Heath Slater's a freaking champion. Heath Slater is a freaking champion here. Who would have thought, eh? Who would have thought? Wow. Well, there we go. Heath Slater, the man, the myth, the legend, can finally feed his kids, has won the television championship. Oh my god. Oh my freaking god. Right. I need to switch accounts now, don't I? Yeah, okay. Right, give me a second. I've got to turn the game audio off while I switch accounts. There we go. Because I keep getting copyright claimed for that little burst of music that comes on right at the beginning of the game. Right, so let's come out of that. So you want to move across now then onto SWE Live 1. Ready for Nitro? Nope. Close application. And open. There we go. I wish I was. No, I'm just a bit lost. It's 7 stars. Good times. I'm drinking Vimto. Does that count? Yeah, we've got the two save files on separate accounts, obviously, because we've got so many cores. All right, then. So, are you ready, Omega Project? It's Nitro time. It's time for Nitro Circus. What's the game put in for us? Some randomness? Yep. Right then, mate. I'll wait for you. What you got? This is our sort of, it's a mixed roster. This one, it's got a few up-to-date names and a few Attitude Era names in there as well. So it's a very interesting roster compared to some of the others. This is sort of like you've got vintage of some of the old school. This is the middle. Then, of course, the rest are more of an up-to-date stuff. You there, New Generation? New Generation. Are you there at Mega Project? I still haven't created your championship belts or anything yet. Oh, I tell you what, I'm exhausted today. I don't know what it is. I know we have Owen Hart in action at some point today. Take my jumper off, I think. We'll get a bit warm. A bit wham. Have we lost the Mega Project? Well, let's have a look at the roster then on the sheet at least. So that's done. If you want to check out the completed rankings as of the end of that show on Vintage, you can do it in obviously the link down below. Still can't quite get my head around the fact that Heath Slater won that match, but there we go. That's that done. Okay. And Nitro Circus. American Alpha versus Road Warriors. Oakley Dokley. Alright then, so want Animal and Hawk. Nope. I've not made the tag teams yet on this account. Animal and Hawk versus Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. There we go. Next. Dino Brown. We haven't got Dino on this account yet. Right, next up. Again. He's got kids. Just check the stream's working correctly. All looks good. Yeah, good, okay. Yeah, we ain't got no D'Lo Brown yet. We're really struggling for core space, to be honest. I think you're right, New Generation. The Wednesday Night Wars are on. Are you there, Mega Project? We've lost him, Houston. We've lost him, right? I'll look at the roster in front of me then. Yes, it's quite an Attitude Era based roster with some current day guys thrown in there as well. There he is. Vader versus AJ versus Kurt versus Sheik versus Eddie versus... What's that, in a Battle Royal? Man, Battle Royal. I'm going to assume Battle Royal, and I'm going to start putting it in. If I'm wrong, let me know, and I'll change it. Vader versus AJ Styles versus Kurt Angle. Okay, versus Iron Sheik. The Iron Sheik versus Eddie Guerrero. Versus Haku. Versus Benoit. Versus Goldberg. Okie doke. That should get your rankings moving. Go on then, long neck. What's your champion? There's 2 matches on then. What we got next? Triple H versus Minoru Suzuki. Throw them all on if you want to make a project. I can always go back in the comments if I miss it, but I should be alright. So Triple H versus Minoru Suzuki. Akira Tozawa, okay. Nice. Have you boosted him up, or is that just his standard, or are you playing as him? Big Show United States. I'd laugh if you said the Big Show used Cruiserweight Champion. Adam Cole is Hardcore Champion. No TV Champion, okay. Some decent champions. So we could do, like I said before, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels with an Abyss run in, okay. Undertaker. Say we use it. 91? No. 2002, yep. Versus Shawn Michaels. With a run in. Do that one then. With a run in from Abyss. Run in setup, mid match. By Abyss. Surprise entrance. Target Shawn Michaels. Because that's how it works. Kane versus Demon Finn Balor. Kane. Nope, we got Kane 98 versus Demon Balor. Yep. Two more matches remaining. What else you got for me, mate? Aleister Black versus Dean Ambrose. That's pretty cool. Owen Hart versus Chris Jericho submission match. Owen Hart versus Chris Jericho. You can throw me in as soon as you're ready, mate. Because remember, I'm everything I say doesn't come through the stream until like 40 seconds later. That sounds pretty cool, Ian, to be honest. I'd like to go back and do that at some point, you know. We could do Raw, SmackDown, Nitro, Thunder, ECW, maybe NXT. That's 6 different brands. That could work as well at some point. We're doing Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman. Drew McIntyre. Remove manager, yes. Versus the old Brawny. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, let's have a look at the card. So we've got the Road Warriors versus Gable and Jordan. We've got the 8-man elimination, Battle Royal. Triple H versus Suzuki, Undertaker versus Michaels. We've got Kane versus Balor. Owen Hart versus Jericho in a submissions match. And a main event of Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman. Right, so let me just switch the entrances off. There we go. Come out and start the show. There we go. Right, we're in. Yeah, I mean, it's something we could possibly do. Like I say, yeah. Raw, SmackDown, Thunder, Nitro, ECW, NXT. That's 6 brands. That could work pretty cool, to be honest. Maybe have Raw and SmackDown have to share a pay-per-view. Thunder and Nitro have to share a pay-per-view, or they could have their own. Be interesting to see how we could plan it all out. Do a proper sort of draft then. We're in Hershey, Pennsylvania, I think. I mean, it's where Pennsylvania is. Or Hershey is. It's also like a chocolate. Monday Night Nitro. Should be an interesting match between these two. Or these four, shall I say, these two teams. This should be an interesting match then, because two very different styles as well. There we go. Okay. We're good to go. We're underway. Yeah, they can take a while. I mean, Battle Royals are so random sometimes. Sometimes they can take an age, or sometimes they can take, like, a no time at all. They're really random on this game. I think it might depend on the ability of the wrestlers as well. Maybe if you have, like, a high ability or high and, like, overall wrestler, maybe it takes a lot longer. I don't know. Maybe they've got better resilience, maybe. Sidewalk slam there by Hawk on Chad Gable. Wow, Hawk just slapping Gable out of the air. And Hawk now... Oh, gets caught with the DDT. Oh, turn the game... Yeah, I forgot about that. My bad. My bad. My bad. There you go. Is that better? I apologise. Thank you, Omega Project, for reminding me about that. Yeah, for some reason, even if you turn the music off in game, for some reason that little bit where you press start, you know, it pops up, it says press start. That has like really loud music on it, no matter what you do. So I have to turn. That's what happened to me the other day. Because of that little tiny bit of me changing accounts, the entire video got demonetized. So I have to turn the game audio down just so we can get the monetization. Not that it's anything to make like 6p if I'm lucky. That's about normal, to be honest, about 6p, so I'm not going to go too mad in it, like, but it'd be nice to get that 6p rather than not get that 6p, I suppose. Okay. Alistair kicked out from Dirty Deeds. Headbutt there by Animal Hawk, slamming the arm of Jason Jordan into the mat. Nice takedown there by Hawk as well. Should be an interesting match, this one. Yeah, all those 6p's will add up eventually. I'll be able to afford one beer sooner or later. It was a pretty even match until, obviously, the Road Warriors started to dominate fully as Animal now with that running power slam on Chad Gable. That should be enough now. There should be pretty much of a whitewash at this rate. And yet, Legion of Doom, Animal and Hawk get the victory. Wow. Pretty one-sided here. Road Warriors... American. Oh, we've got another dodgy cutscene here where someone's invisible. That's always useful, isn't it? It looks like Jason Jordan is unhappy with Chad Gable here. And he invisibly storms out of the place. He's furious, we assume. Right, there we go. Next up then, this is the 8-man Battle Royal, isn't it? This is where I need to really concentrate, isn't it? Animal gets a +1. Hawk gets a +1. And Jason Jordan gets a -1. And Chad Gable gets a -1. Okie doke. American Alpha versus Road Warriors. Right. I'm just writing this in so I don't forget who is in this match, because this is going to be one of those ones where my head goes and I might need your guys' help for this one. Benoit, Styles, Sheik, Haku, and Goldberg. There we go. Right, we're already underway with absolute sheer madness. Let's see if I can keep up with these rankings then. As AJ Styles trying to eliminate the Iron Sheik straight off the bat. Gets him over the top. Can he push him out? No. He does not indeed. Angle trying to eliminate Haku. Now an Angle does get the elimination on Haku. So Haku gets a -1, Kurt Angle with the +1. Vader just eliminated somebody as well. Vader got a +1. Eddie Guerrero with a -1. So 2 early eliminations. 2 very early eliminations. Iron Sheik's in a very dangerous position as well, as Benoit saw it but was a second too late to get the clothesline. Kurt Angle now trying to lift Vader over the top. I think AJ just got, Goldberg just got saved there by Vader. Oh, not for too long. AJ gets the elimination on Goldberg. Right, what's next? 5 remain. Vader eliminates AJ. Everyone's using the exact same elimination style, aren't they? That clothesline over the top. Angle now lifting Benoit. Trying to get over that top corner. Angle now taking Sheik up, dropping him. Knee first across that shin. Brutal. Right, Benoit now. See, Vader's doing really well. He's got +2 out of this match so far. He's really forced himself into the main event picture here for Nitro. Iron Sheik trying to eliminate Kurt Angle. Benoit now twisting the arm and just dropping an elbow right into the back of Vader. I mean, if I was the guys in the ring right now, I'd be trying to work together to try and eliminate Vader. He's the big man. He's the dangerous one in this match. Not going to be easy to pick him up and throw him over the top, is it? Vader now. Well, Kurt Angle gets the elimination there on the Iron Sheik. So Kurt Angle gets an extra point. Iron Sheik gets the loss. Benoit saves himself from Vader and Angle. Vader saves himself, catches Angle, and power slams him down. Benoit catching the leg and dropping his body weight across the knee. A boot in the chest as well. Oh, nice forearm. Benoit now looking to try and eliminate. Oh, Benoit's got Vader up on his shoulders. There's only one way this is going. And it's with Vader being thrown right over the top and crashing to the ground below. And then Angle takes out Benoit. Wow. Kurt Angle gets +3 in this match. And Chris Benoit. Right. Wow, okay.
Here is your winner.
Kurt Angle, big win for him. Big win. So Kurt Angle now tops the Nitro rankings on +3. With the 3 eliminations. Big win for Kurt Angle. Right, okay. Kurt Angle with a win. There we go. Road Warriors also picked up the win. So it's Triple H versus Suzuki. Right then. This should be interesting. Yeah, Angle's looking pretty good. I mean, Angle was, of course, a very, very big name in the Attitude Era Championship picture, so no reason why he can't be very highly rated there as well. Triple H versus Suzuki should be an interesting one. Very different styles. Triple H may be a touch more, I was going to say technical, but he's not really, is he? Suzuki will be the much more technical one. Suzuki's just more lethal as well. Suzuki would be strikes. Could take someone's head off, couldn't he? Yeah, Haku's not done well, has he, really? Did he lose last week as well? Yeah, he lost against Abyss last week, didn't he? He's lost again this week. Mohamed Zaman. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, it's okay. We're out of lockdown now in this country, so I've been back at work for the last week or so. It seems to be on the decline now, hopefully. Yeah, we used Triple H with hair because a lot of the roster here was like Attitude Era based. I tried to utilize the correct sort of timeline as well. Triple H now, ooh, in for the pin, but Suzuki kicked out. Big knee in the face. Triple H now wrenching back in the neck. So this could have important movements on the rankings as well. None of these guys have wrestled yet in this show. What's the main event again? It's Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre, isn't it? Yeah. But Strowman got a win last week as well, didn't he? Strowman could be. You got a lot of stuff happen in your show last week, didn't you, actually, a mega project? RVD was unhappy with the loss, Rusev unhappy with the loss, and handshake between Batista and Braun Strowman being shown. Yeah, it's a strong possibility, Mohammed. I mean, everyone's sort of, I know, well, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily an advocate of protesting. I mean, I don't mind protesting, but when these protests have gone way over the top at this point in time, and I don't think it helps anybody to smash up and destroy your own local community, really. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, in my opinion. But yeah, it's very stupid. I mean, it's certain places of the country, nothing happens like that where I am at this point in time. It's mainly in the big cities like London, places like that. Where I am in just outside Birmingham sort of way, it's frustrating to see that we've all gone through this long lockdown period and people are being so stupid straight off the bat and going and hanging around so close to each other. But hey ho, people are stupid, aren't they? I mean, that's generally the case, to be honest. I don't want to get involved in this sort of thing, to be honest, Ian, but there's always a lot more to these stories than what meets the eye, to be honest. Oh, I keep whacking my elbow on this desk. It really bloody hurts. Yeah, it's not really worth getting involved. I don't really know enough about it to have a conversation about it, to be honest. I wouldn't want to offend myself too much, to be honest, but yeah, it's all. I mean, it's the same in every case. I think it's just. I think from doing YouTube for a while now, with all the stuff and with PewDiePie and that sort of stuff over the last few years, I just have an inherent lack of belief in media half the time. And everything I ever read or see in the papers or on the internet or anything like that I never believe 100% because they're always trying to get the wool over your eyes somewhere, aren't they? Everyone's trying to put across their own sort of point of view, and yeah, I just never believe the media, really. I tend to live by the mantra of ignorance is key, or ignorance is bliss. While everyone else is going crazy and doing all this sort of stuff, I'm just playing video games. It's the easiest way. Have you got the Death Triangle as a stable new generation? If not, then I mean Pentagon and Phoenix would be lovely competitors, but Suzuki's got it. Suzuki has got it. There we go. Nice. Minoru Suzuki picks up the win. Triple H is defeated. And Triple H is... looks a bit injured here, actually. Looks like he may have taken a bit of a bang from that one. Oh, but Suzuki continuing on the assault now. He saw that Triple H was injured, but just continuing this on. Well, there you go, Omega Project. You've been fed some free storylines here. That worked out pretty well. There we go into the next match of the night. Yeah, that's the thing, Mohammed. I think I'm the same. I don't know enough about it to get involved, so I just tend to try and stay out of it. And then people that are in that situation are now getting punished for it, so it's a bit of a, yeah, it's a bit of a difficult one. Suzuki attacks Triple H after match. Okay, doke. Well, if Alan's got a ton of momentum, that could be a good shout for you, to be honest, mate. But is it a big enough match for All Out? Then again, if he's got a ton of momentum, then it probably will be. There you go, Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels here on Nitro. Shawn reversing there with the reversed DDT. Rolling Undertaker through, trying to get himself a cheeky little win here, but Taker rolls it back through. Who would have seen Undertaker trying to get a sneaky win by a roll-up? It's a very un-Undertaker thing to do, isn't it, really? Suzuki versus Evolution. I mean, on this save file, by the way, have you got this? Oh, it might not be on the save file, but there might be... you got Lance Archer. You might have Dave Boy Smith Jr. and Zack Sabre Jr. I think you might have, so you could do Suzuki Gun versus Evolution. Yeah, that could be good. It could be Ian, to be honest. Yeah, and obviously, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Brock loves his Kimura lock. Of course, being ex UFC, he's definitely got it in his arsenal. Might make him work hard for a change. And who is it? Out of nowhere with a black hole slam, it's Abyss on the Undertaker. Abyss just slowly walks out like nothing's happening. Abyss has no care in the world whether the referee sees it or not. And Abyss... Is this a disqualification? I don't know what's going on here, actually. The Undertaker wins by disqualification, but Abyss gets the last laugh. And I'll tell you what, Shawn Michaels can't be happy about that either, really, can he? Shawn Michaels has just been cost the match here. Referee spotted Abyss and disqualified Shawn Michaels, whereas that's a bit harsh on Michaels, really. He had nothing to do with this. So we won. So Undertaker gets a win, and Shawn Michaels gets a loss, but it's very unfortunate on the behalf of Shawn Michaels, isn't it, really? He knew very little about that loss. Kane versus Demon Finn Balor. Next up, then. Shawn Michaels is now -1. It's really harsh on Michaels to lose a point for that, isn't it, really? But it's the way the cookie crumbles, I suppose, isn't it? Undertaker versus Michaels. So Undertaker wins by disqualification. Taker wins by DQ after being attacked mid-match by got hiccups by Abyss. Wow. Has Kane just hammered Finn Balor here as well? Hey, your show is going bloody quick. Really quick. Yeah, Shawn Michaels versus Abyss versus Undertaker. You could be building up towards that, actually. No problem, Alex. Both Pac and Page are both heels. Maybe Omega or something like that. Yeah, Omega Project is... He was involved in a couple of other rosters and got a little bit crowded out, so he took on this roster. So he's the GM. We've got a few people that are sort of, I wouldn't say in control, but a few people that are like the leaders of certain brands, and they sort of take the forefront because they're here for most of the streams, and everyone else can sort of pitch their ideas as we go along. Yeah, he was squashed, wasn't he? Good and proper. But the handshake is interesting. There's a very interesting combination of some sort of demon tag team there. The Devil's favourite demons. Handshake after match. There we go. Owen Hart versus Jericho's up next then. Owen Hart versus Chris Jericho. Yeah. No, I got you. Break the walls down. Right, so let's get into this one. So it was... That match was so quick, I hadn't even finished updating the rankings from the previous match. And now right, there we go. I've done it now. Okay. PCO versus Abyss would be a great idea in New Direction. I like that one. Two absolutely monsters. One of the Devil's favourite demons, Omega Project. It's a very interesting tag team, isn't it? Very dark and twisted. Yeah, PJ Toby's hanging around again. Yeah, it would be a great match, wouldn't it? So we've got a few people in this roster that would be great against Owen Hart. We've got Chris Benoit's in here as well. Kurt Angle's in here as well. There's a few cracking matches. I mean, Eddie Guerrero versus Owen Hart would be amazing. AJ Styles versus Owen Hart. There's some fantastic opportunities here. Yeah, you're right, Mohammed. That would have been so great. Owen here now just wrenching the leg of Jericho back, and Jericho rolling Owen through. Nice Northern Light. Yeah, so Alex and New Generation have been dealing mostly with Mayhem. Jay's been doing most of Anarchy. Omega Project's been dealing mostly with Nitro. And there's a guy called Justin who's been doing a lot of work with the vintage roster. And at the moment, Beatdown has been a bit of a mixture between everyone. A Hydra return is possible, PJ. We've got the Great Muta. We have got the Great Muta. No reason why it couldn't work. Who else was it? Was it Tatsumi Fujinami? Jushin Liger. It's a very interesting stable. Yeah, I hate the fact that when you start like a taunt or even like the animations where you're tired out, you can't stop them. Because it's not realistic that you would just stand there holding your hips going, oh god, I'm knackered while someone's coming at you. Or maybe if you... I said this might not work now, but I was going to say, maybe if you team Taker up with somebody, maybe like Abyss. Maybe you could do Taker and Abyss versus Kane and Finn Balor, but of course the Abyss situation is not going to work very well now. Who else is there that would work with The Undertaker then, maybe? I'm sure we're on this roster. I mean, you could go for a Finn Balor, Kane, Abyss trio against a Undertaker, Edge, and Christie, and bring back the Ministry. That's the Brood. Nice sharpshooter there, locked in by Owen. This could be enough. It is. Owen picks up the win over Chris Jericho. And Owen picks up the all-important ranking point. There we go. Owen Hart with the victory. Your match has gone very, very quick tonight, Omega. Very, very quick. And your main event is Strowman versus McIntyre. There we go.
Here is your winner, Owen Hart.
Nice indeed, do. Good win there for Owen Hart. He picks up the momentum he needs to move forward. And our main event of the evening then, Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman. I may have to leave after this show, I think. I've got a few bits I need to do before... just realised there's a few bits I haven't done before I go back to work tomorrow, so I might have to leave after this show for now. But I'll be back probably tomorrow or Tuesday with the... No, Mohammed, they're on standard pace. I've not changed any of that, to be honest. They just seem to have really gone quickly tonight for some reason. But yeah, so I might have to finish things off tonight, and we'll come back on Monday or Tuesday, I think, for the Beatdown pay-per-view, then straight into Mayhem. What I might try doing is I might try doing more streams, but shorter time frames. Because I'm really tiring myself out, I must admit. Well, that's going to make a project. As long as things are going the way you want them to go, that's good. Strowman flattens McIntyre in the corner and the referee at the same time. Absolutely squished the pair of them. And Strowman is looking dominant here. Of course, Strowman is somebody who is very high up in the rankings. Well, not very high up. He's in the top of the rankings with a +1 with his victory last week. Drew McIntyre yet to wrestle, so this is his opportunity to get up there as well. As Drew now raining down the rights. Slamming the back of the head into the mat as well. Wow. Only a 1 count. The way this match started off, I'd be surprised if McIntyre got the win, to be honest, but he's definitely turned it around a bit now. The chance is there. And a big clothesline by Strowman, taking McIntyre's head off there. McIntyre gets caught, or catches Strowman with a big elbow. And now McIntyre raining down the rights. And once again, raining down as well. I think the majority of your Mayhem card is already written, I believe, Alex. I don't know if I've actually... Have I put it in the sheet yet, or... I don't know if I did or not. We put some bits in there, I think. I've got... Okay, I've got a few matches written down for you at the moment. What have we got? We've got Miz versus Trent, Darby Allin versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Finn Balor versus Pac. And we have Brian Cage defending his championship against somebody. I can't remember who that was, to be honest. Oh, PJ Toby's your man for that one. He's incredibly knowledgeable in that sort of stuff. I mean, it seems believable, to be honest, but I don't know. It's difficult to say, and it really it does seem believable though. It was Sable. I thought it was Sabre, because he won the four-way elimination match, didn't he? So I've got 3 matches I've not filled in yet. Cody versus Black. Okay. Yep. The Rumble. And the tag tournament match. Okay. Yep, no problem. I'll add those in now. So 10. Man. It was a 10-man Rumble, wasn't it? Or was it higher? I can't remember now. I thought it was a 10-man Rumble. And tag tournaments. There we go. Okay. As Braun has Drew up and slams him down. Braun looking incredibly dominant. This could be his chance to pick up his 2nd victory here. No, not yet. Yeah, Alex, if you want to check it out, I've filled it all out now on the spreadsheet. So if you want to check out the description down below, you'll be able to see the show that's been set up now. That's sent there by Braun. Once again, big spine bust on Drew McIntyre. Braun once again taking Drew up. On the shoulder, drops him face first. Ooh. Who's interfering now then? Because we've not set this up. We've not set anything up, so who is this? This could be interesting, new generation. Who's it going to be? Hideo Itami. Okay. Hideo Itami interfering and attacking Braun Strowman mid-match. Well, that's a bit out of the blue. A bit out of the blue indeed. Wow, okay. Hideo Itami attacks Braun mid. I don't know the reasoning behind that. It's not my problem, is it? It's yours, Mega Project. It's your problem now. You've got to try and figure out why Itami just attacked Braun Strowman. Good luck with that one. Cool. Running power slam. I feel like Itami might have just boosted the aggression from Braun Strowman. Oh no. It's only a 2 count. Okay, Alex, no problem. See you later. Well, you said goodbye like 4 times, don't you, Alex? I don't know whether you're coming or going. Drew McIntyre with a pin. Only a 2. Boom, stamped right in the face. And Strowman is lobbing McIntyre over the top. McIntyre now dragon screw. So the pretty good match is probably the longest match I've had all night. I mean, I'll tell you what, between these two, if you would have told me that this would have been a submission win, I would have laughed at you, but it could possibly do that. AJ beat Brock in a submission match. Was that still Ian? headlock. Oh, the game's a bugger for that sometimes. It really is. It really is a bugger for that. I mean, you watch Braun tap out now. Maybe not. Braun survive? Yeah, Braun does survive. Drew releases. Been a pretty good match so far in Omega Project, this one. Could be the match of the evening. Braun dropping McIntyre gut first across that top rope. And he's stalking, looking for that third power slam of the match. Still though, his head can't be in the game. He must be trying to think about why Itami attacked him mid-match. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Braun Strowman gets the victory. His second win in 2 successive weeks here in Nitro. Even after the assault from Hideo Itami. There we go. Boom and boom. Yeah, very possible, Jay. That didn't go to your plan. I thought that went to your plan, to be honest, to make a product. The fact that he's won 2 matches in 2 weeks, I thought you were trying to build him up, but why he's second in the rankings now, only behind Kurt Angle. I've updated the rankings and the shows now as of the end of this one, so you can check that out in the description down below. But like I said, I think I'm gonna have to probably call that it for tonight. I've got a few bits to get done before I, well, for work tomorrow. I've done none of my washing or anything yet. I need to get that work stuff washed and ready for tomorrow. And I need to do some editing and that, so we can make sure we get the AEW Universe mode up tomorrow on time as well. I do apologize, a bit shorter than normal, but I think this is probably what we'll try and do in the future. We'll try and just do 2 shows per stream rather than going too mad on it. So, yeah, hopefully you guys don't mind too much. And I'll see you again either tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on how my time goes. So thank you all much for your contributions once again. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye.